4 days went by in the blink of an eye. And now we are stepping into our final day in Kuala Lumpur.
And honestly, it feels a little strange saying that.
But before we say goodbye, we still have one full day left. And today is going to be a little different because we are not just visiting one or two places. We are going to explore Sao Temple, Merdeka Square, Central Market, Petaling Street and finally Low Yat Plaza, along with a few unexpected food and shopping stops along the way. Because when it's your last day in the city like Kuala Lumpur, you simply don't want to waste a single moment. So this is it, day 4, our final day in Kuala Lumpur.
We start our final morning right here in Bukit Bintang.
And for our first stop, we are heading towards one of the most beautiful temples in Kuala Lumpur, Sao Temple. We book a Grab and make our way there. The drive takes us roughly 15 to 25 minutes depending on traffic, and the Grab cost us around 10 ringgit to 20 ringgit. And honestly, after 4 days of walking around Kuala Lumpur, sitting in a Grab for a while feels pretty good. And wow, what a beautiful place to start our final day. Thean Temple is absolutely stunning. The moment we entered, we were surrounded by beautiful Chinese architecture, colorful decorations, red lanterns, intricate details, and those incredible traditional rooftops. There's something very peaceful about this place. Even though it's a popular attraction, the atmosphere feels calm, spiritual, and incredibly beautiful. And instead of rushing through it, today we decide to take our time. We walk around leisurely. We look at all the little architecture details. We take photographs and of course we capture plenty of videos. And honestly, I think this is exactly how you should explore a place like this. Don't rush. Just walk around, look around, enjoy the atmosphere and take it all in. When the sun goes down, these lanterns light up and turn the temple into a magical wonderland. But honestly, even in daylight, this sea of golden lanterns is absolutely breathtaking. Sao Temple in Kuala Lumpur was built between 1981 to 1987 by the Malaysian Hyanese community and officially opened in 1989, dedicated to Thean Mazu. The temple blends beautifully traditionally Chinese architecture with Buddhist and Confucian influences, making it one of the Kuala Lumpur's most iconic cultural landmarks. Inside, the temple is richly decorated with beautiful carvings, colorful ornaments, lanterns, and traditional Chinese design, along with beautiful statues of Buddha and other deities. At Sao Temple, even the traditions are fascinating. Try your luck with this unique fortune-telling ritual and discover what fate has in store. The wide courtyard in front of the temple creates a peaceful and elegant entrance, offering a beautiful open space that complements the temple's traditional architecture. After spending some peaceful time here and taking a moment for a heartfelt prayer, it's finally time for us to say goodbye to this place. Because our final day in Kuala Lumpur is only just getting started and there's still so much waiting for us. From Sao Temple, we continue towards one of the most historic places in Kuala Lumpur, Merdeka Square, also known as Dataran Merdeka. And this place is not just beautiful, it is incredibly important to Malaysia's history. This is Dataran Merdeka, which means Independence Square. And standing here, you are literally standing one of the most important historical locations in Malaysia. On 31st August 1957, the Union Jack was lowered here and the flag of independent Malaya was raised for the first time. And that's why this place carries so much historical significance. Just look at the massive open square, the beautifully maintained green lawn, and of course the iconic Sultan Abdul Samad building standing proudly beside it. The architecture here is absolutely eye-catching, and for us it feels quite special to stand here and actually see a place that we have heard so much about. From Merdeka Square, we decided to continue on foot towards our next stop, Central Market. And this walk turns out to be one of those unexpectedly enjoyable parts of the day. Along the way, we also pass by the Klang River, which runs through this historic part of the city and is connected with Kuala Lumpur's famous River of Life project. We are walking through the colorful streets of Kuala Lumpur, surrounded by beautiful old buildings, interesting architecture and little details everywhere we look. And one thing we really notice is how clean, organized and beautifully maintained many of these streets are. Every few steps there's something colorful or eye-catchy that makes us stop and look. We see our next destination coming into view, Central Market. Central Market is one of those places you simply cannot miss when exploring the heritage site of Kuala Lumpur. And once we step inside, just wow! This is so much happening. Colorful artwork, traditional handicrafts, souvenirs, clothes, decorations, local products. Every section has something different to look at. And honestly, this is the kind of place where you can easily spend hours just walking around. The market dates all the way back to 1888, when it originally operated as a wet market. Today, it has become a beautiful center of Malaysian culture, arts, crafts, souvenirs, and local products. By now, though, all that walking has made us really hungry. So before continuing our shopping, it's lunchtime. We head towards the food court inside Central Market and finally sit down for the proper meal. And honestly, after walking around all morning, this food tastes even better. Good food, a little rest, and then we are ready to continue exploring. With so many tempting options at the food court, we decided to make the most of it. None of us ordered the same dish, so we could taste a little bit of everything. After lunch, we continue exploring the market and pick up a few things. There are so many beautiful items here, but there is just one small problem. Some of the things we like are definitely feeling a little expensive. So after doing some shopping and a little bit of thinking about our budget, we decided it's probably time to move on. But then, we see something that completely changes the plan. Guys, we find a mochi and chocolate shop. And honestly, we cannot resist. The moment we walk in, we are completely surrounded by mochi, candies, chocolates, and so many different flavors and varieties. There are so many colors, so many options, and so many things that we have never seen before. We start looking at one thing, then another, and somehow our little quick stop turns into a full-on shopping session. At this point, we are not even thinking about whether we actually need all of these or not. We are just thinking, okay, we'll take this and this one. This one too. And before we realize it, we bought candies and chocolate like there's no tomorrow. Honestly, we somehow managed to come out of this shop because otherwise, I genuinely feel like these chocolates alone could have taken us over our flight luggage limit. From our chocolate adventure, we continue towards another iconic part of Kuala Lumpur, Petaling Street. Welcome to the heart of Chinatown, Kuala Lumpur. This place has a completely different energy. It's colorful, it's lively, it's crowded, and there is something happening in almost every direction. Petaling Street is the vibrant heart of Kuala Lumpur's Chinatown. famous for its bustling atmosphere, street food, and endless rows of shops selling everything from souvenir and clothes to bags, watches, accessories, and first copy items. And this is definitely one of those places where you don't just visit, you experience it. Every few meters there's another shop, another smell, another color, and another reason to stop. And honestly, walking through these streets makes you feel like you are seeing yet another completely different side of Kuala Lumpur. By this time, we are tired. 4 days of walking, sightseeing, shopping, and exploring are definitely catching up with us. So now the group has a little discussion. Some of us are ready to go straight back to our stay, but a few of us still have one unfinished mission. Remember Low Yat Plaza from our first episode? We had visited it earlier, but that place is huge and we simply couldn't explore it properly that day. Why not to go back one more time? Yes, we are tired. Yes, our legs are already complaining, but somehow we still book another grab. Head back towards Bukit Bintang and Low Yat Plaza. The ride takes roughly 10 to 15 minutes depending on traffic. And finally, we are back at Low Yat Plaza. This place is basically paradise if you love electronics and gadgets. Floor after floor, shop after shop, phones, accessories, computer products, cameras, gaming equipment, gadgets, and so much more. And this time, because we actually have a little more time to explore, we look around properly. We compare few things, we check some prices, and we do manage to find a few gadgets that seems a little cheaper than what we might normally expect. Of course, we couldn't live without a little bargaining. We picked up a 5 TV hard disk, a rechargeable hand fan, a power bank, headphones, and earbud. We tried our best to negotiate, but the shopkeeper wasn't giving in much. So after a little back and forth, we finally gave up and bought them. So of course, a few more things make their way into our shopping bags. And finally, after what feels like an entire day of exploring, it's time to head back to our stay. And the journey back gives us one more chance to see those familiar Kuala Lumpur streets. These are the same vibrant streets that we were shown you throughout our previous episodes. But somehow on the final day, they look a little different. Maybe it's because we know we are seeing them for the last time. Tomorrow, we will leave Kuala Lumpur and we'll be heading towards Langkawi. And honestly, saying goodbye is not easy, but that's the beautiful thing about traveling. You may leave the destination, but you never really leave the memories behind. 4 days ago, we arrived here excited to explore Kuala Lumpur, and now suddenly we are already getting ready to leave. And before we finally call it a day, we make a few last-minute food stops. We find some freshly baked sweet potato. And honestly, after walking this much, this feels like the perfect little comfort food. Then we grab some fresh orange juice. And of course, we also spot some cookies. We buy those too. We also clicked a few photos with a lovely young baker who balances her studies with baking and selling these delicious cookies. At this point, our shopping bags are full, our stomachs are full, and our legs are officially done. And finally, we make our way back to our stay, and suddenly it hits us. This is our last evening in Kuala Lumpur. Just a few days ago, everything here was new. The streets, the food, the buildings, the markets, the places we were excited to explore. and now we are packing our memories and getting ready to leave. So Kuala Lumpur, thank you for the food, thank you for the beautiful places, thank you for the culture, thank you for the colorful streets, thank you for the surprises, and most importantly, thank you for the unforgettable days. 4 days are definitely not enough, but they are more than enough to make us fall in love with the city. And I am pretty sure this isn't goodbye forever. It just see you again someday. If you have enjoyed this Kuala Lumpur journey with us, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. If you have missed any of our previous episodes, make sure you go back and watch them, because this Kuala Lumpur journey has been one amazing ride. And with that, we say goodbye to Kuala Lumpur and get ready for our next adventure in Langkawi. Until then, keep traveling, keep exploring and keep smiling, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.